Evangeline Malariascale, the lost oracle of Gimmelwald. In the windswept alpine cradle of Bauernhof Gimmelwald, amidst snow-dusted peaks and the scent of time-laced fog, a child was born who would bewilder scholars, disturb theologians, and inspire occultists for generations to come. Evangeline Malariascale, born on the 5th of August, 1891, did not cry when she emerged from the womb. She reportedly opened her eyes and whispered, "Time folds inward when truth is too loud." Midwives gasped. One fainted. The village clock reportedly stopped for a full hour. Thus began the life of the girl who would be called the youngest wise in Switzerland. A prodigy in the mist. By the age of 2, Evangeline was crafting philosophical arguments against the nature of linear time. She allegedly read from ancient tomes with no known origin and corrected her elders with alarming serenity. Her childhood home, hidden in the mountain folds, was said to house gears that turned on their own, lanterns that whispered, and books that grew heavier depending on the reader's ignorance. She never attended school. She never needed to. Her mentors, if they existed, were shadows in candlelight, if not manifestations of the mountain spirit itself. Villagers dared not approach unless summoned. The rise of a child oracle. At only 4 years, 10 months, and 2 weeks old, Evangeline Malariascale was declared headwise of the Utrecht Wise Parliament and also took over as headwise, a secretive intellectual society in the town of Utrecht. Her coronation on the 1st of June, 1896 was described as a strange and ancient rite. The outgoing headwise, the formidable Elijah Tshunga chimney sweeper, placed a bronze crown of spiraling cogs on her delicate curls and wept uncontrollably. He told the silent crowd, "This child understands the cosmos like it is a teacup. We are ants scrambling to sip its depth." As headwise, Evangeline chaired the parliament with unnerving control. Grown men sobbed in her presence. Diplomats traveled thousands of miles to hear a single sentence from her lips. In one session, she debated the ethics of memory transfer across generations, reducing the great Baltic professor to tears with her remark, "To inherit wisdom without pain is to drink salt through crystal. You'll choke on clarity." She proposed her renowned clockwork theories, a metaphysical system based on the rhythm of time, using mechanical constructs to predict emotional tremors in societies. It was said she could detect lies by simply watching the spinning of a top. The tragedy of 1903. And then came the 1st of February, 1903. After 7 years of radiant, world-altering influence, Evangeline was replaced by Rita Snail-Bourbon, a sharp, calculating figure who believed logic outweighed mystery. The Parliament deemed Evangeline too emotionally volatile and dangerously intuitive. Some whispered she had become too wise for safety. Others believed she had seen something in the Parliament, something that frightened even her. Evangeline was devastated. On that day, she stood in the Parliament chamber in silence. Witnesses claimed her eyes flickered like storm clouds. She left without a word. She was 11 years old. A vanishing light. After her removal, Evangeline vanished from public life. She returned briefly to Gimmelwald, where she burned many of her journals and dismantled her theories, whispering to herself, "The world is not yet ready. I must forget to protect it." But forgetting is impossible for the truly wise. Her heartbreak grew. Her thoughts turned inward, looping like a broken timepiece. In her 20s, she left Switzerland behind and moved to Paris, hoping to lose herself among the living. She settled near Les Ducs Magots, where she became a haunting figure, cloaked in black, always smoking, always sketching strange blueprints and maps of imaginary countries onto napkins. She spoke to no one unless provoked, and when she did, her words were said to echo in your spine for days. Some believe she joined underground societies. Others say she whispered predictions into the ears of painters, poets, and revolutionaries. She never published again. Her wisdom turned to ash, and her soul drifted toward smoke. Final years and death. Her health, never robust, declined rapidly from chain smoking, a habit she had taken up the very night she was removed from Parliament. By 1928, her cough was violent, her hands trembled, and she spoke often of voices in the fog calling her home. She died on the 31st of October, 1928, age 37, alone in a small Parisian café lined with clocks all set to different times. Her death was listed as complications from chronic cigarette addiction, but some say she willed herself out of existence, an act of mystical withdrawal from a world that had failed her. Her funeral was unattended. Her grave, if one exists, is lost. A cafe waiter kept a napkin she once left behind. It read,
J'ai donné ma vérité au monde et il m'a exilé. Mais la vérité revient toujours en fumée, en vent et en chagrin.
which is translated as, I gave my truth to the world, and it exiled me. But truth always returns in smoke, wind, and sorrow. Legacy. Though scholars debate whether she was real, mythological, or a mix of both, Evangeline Malariascale's impact remains woven into the subconscious fabric of European philosophy. Her clockwork theories were later found, partially burned, and are now studied by those brave enough to decipher them. In recent decades, underground movements have re-emerged, claiming to follow her forgotten teachings. To this day, in Gimmelwald, elders warn children never to lie while candles burn, because Evangeline sees through the smoke. Evangeline Malariascale was not simply a girl. She was a tempest of wisdom, a child carved from the universe's deepest thoughts, and a woman destroyed by a world that was never ready for her truths. Her life was a tragedy not because she died young, but because we buried her genius in fear. And now, all we can do is remember. And listen to the ticking of forgotten clocks.